right. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for tuning in. Really excited about today's show. We got a fun show ahead of us today. Lots to talk about with Club WPT Gold. And one of the guys behind the scenes that's doing lots of great things. Special guest, Matt Kiefer. I'm really, really excited to have him. Hold on. Just lay it down. I have all the straights. I have all the flushes. You have none of them. I have all of them. I'm just playing another one of those daily free rolls, trying to win that gold rush ticket. I'm just playing. This is one of my cue cards I set up. I thought you'd like that. Homage.
Gotta get that gold rush ticket.
Yeah, an homage to one of your pieces that you put out with the pastor at the altar.
Oh,
The guy's getting married. He's playing on Club WPT Gold, trying to win a gold rush ticket. I had to do that. I was like, that'll be a good icebreaker to start us off.
oh yeah. That's cool. You saw that one.
Yeah. You got some really, really good stuff out there, man. But let's start the intro over. Everybody here in the chat, I have some emotes in the chat. I got a Matt Kiefer emote. Let's drop them in here. There we go. Drop those Matt Kiefer emotes. Really, really appreciate you being here. Big shout out to everything that you're doing. Club WPT Gold, content creator, multimedia producer. You got a lot going on, and I'm so grateful to have you here today. The gold content is absolutely top notch in what everybody's putting out there, and I want to talk to you about that. But I want to start from the beginning, get to know more about you, and how you got to where you are. Again, everybody, give Matt Kiefer a warm welcome in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Matt, how you doing today? Thank you for doing this.
Pretty good. Yeah, this is cool. I think this is like maybe the second time I've kind of done something like this. But yeah, I can see some comments and stuff. I got the Twitch up in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I guess, yeah, a little bit, kind of a funny story about me is kind of started when I was 11. I was on a moped with my cousin, and we got hit by a car.
Oh.
And I got like some pain and suffering money a little bit, but I couldn't touch it till I was 18. But they actually gave me like $1,000, and what I did with that is I bought a video camera. So I was like the only kid kind of in the neighborhood. I mean, this is back in like 1991. I'm 11. Or maybe 93. Yeah, 93. Yeah. So anyway, I got this Panasonic palm quarter, and I just love to just like create stuff with this camera. And didn't grow up really with money or nothing. So having this video camera was awesome. Now you just have a phone, So anyway, I was just always in the video, creating videos and things, and went to Ball State, and then finally found a job doing radio and TV commercials in Terre Haute, actually, like local, these used car ads. And we had all different clients, like a nursery, an attorney, a car salesman. So we had to create like these ads for TV and radio. And then I got into some voiceovers too, because I remember we had to get one out real quick, and we didn't have enough time to hire somebody. So I think my boss was like, "Hey, you just try it." So then I started doing like some of these radio commercials, but we always, we always had to get like a hook, and you got to be short, get to the point, get the message across. And that's kind of translated into social media, as well, with all the reels and the short form content.
Absolutely.
And I'm not really an expert of that, but we have a great team, and they've taught me stuff too. So anyway, long story short, I was in some of these ad agencies, some of these smaller places, just kind of like a one-man kind of deal, a video guy, and then I worked for an IT company, but not really my passion. Then I got back into poker. I did get into poker in college, kind of the money maker thing, and we used to have quarters, and And one buddy just learned all these games from his grandpa or something, and we'd play all these wild like crisscross and jacks are better, like trips to win, and all these just you just have a sack of quarters and just play. So that was cool. Then I got away from poker. I think I think I ended up getting married, and I busted like my bankroll a couple times, just like $1,000. And I think my wife was like, hey, let's try something else. So I
Right.
kind of got away from that. Yeah. And then I kind of got kind of the I liked always having action and stuff, and I got in the stock market and kind of it went downhill. I was all in on this like coal company, like, and it was when Obama was president. He said he's going to bankrupt all coal companies, and I just got a tip from somebody that was really smart. Hey, this thing is 40% of our electricity is from coal, but it's just not sexy to talk about. And it was like $100 a share, and it was down to like, $3. And so anyway, it was one of those where it was dropping. I kept putting everything else I had into it and basically lost like everything. And kind of started from scratch. Um, and luckily I did that while I was at a younger age. So I was, I was done with like investing and being risky with stocks and things. Um, so I was at this IT company, and there was some people there talking about, hey, we should play poker. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to be kind of big into it around my college. They had a place you could play. It was like in the back of a billiards hall, and it was all legal. Like the chief of police was for it or something, and they had. So this is like I'm a sophomore or something at Ball State, and they on Thursday night they had this $25 tournament, and that was the tournament to do. There'd be about 100 entries. The first hour was rebuys, and me being a broke college kid, me and my buddies, we'd play tight and smart the first hour, try to get through that rebuy period, and then you could play real poker kind of after
Right,
that.
right, right, right.
There was a yeah, yeah. There was this used car salesman named Kenny. I remember he had the record rebuys was 13 in an hour. Like, I
That's
mean,
crazy.
you don't even, yeah. I mean, you don't even really see 13 hands in an
I
hour,
know. I was gonna say like he's just all in blind.
Yeah. But this was so this was like, well, maybe this was more my junior year. Anyway, that $25, I ended up just catching cards, playing pretty solid, and I won the thing 2,500. So I thought I was the richest guy in the world, and I thought this is what I was going to do the rest of my life. And it was almost one of those things that you could be good or bad, when
Right.
you win something like that. So I just had a stack of that money. I remember like under my mattress, all these 20s, it just felt like for, a ton of money. Um, but like I said, then I kind of got away from poker, and then so now um, fast forward to about 2018 is when I kind of had some home games. People at these IT guys were kind of interested in it, so I was like, oh yeah, let's. I kind of got back into it. Oh yeah, and it was the vloggers. It was the first time I saw like Trooper, and even before that, there was some video. I remember somebody showing the point of the view of the cards.
Oh,
So
right, right,
you were actually, yeah, was like he like snuck his phone in there in a casino, and he was showing his hole cards, and it was not edited, but it was just like um, this 20-minute clip, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Like here I am on my lunch break in Indianapolis, with this like IT company, and I'm living through him, and I'm watching this guy like play 1-2, and he's sneaking his phone up there and recording this, and then it was when. Then it caught on with like the Andrew Nemes and the Brad Owens and things,
The
but
dope.
that's what actually kind of got me back into it. I think that's what a lot of people. That
Yeah,
was kind of the second boom.
I agree.
Um, yeah, and then um, um, so then I'm watching Andrew Nemi, and all of a sudden there's this one episode with him and Jeff Gross. They team up with Poker
Oh yeah.
Stars,
Yep.
and they say, create a vlog. You know, they call it Vlogger in Paradise. We need somebody to create 5 episodes, 10 minutes each, based on storytelling, humor, and creativity. and we'll send you a platinum pass to play in the Bahamas for $25,000 buy-in.
Wow.
And I remember seeing that, and I was almost more excited seeing that opportunity than actually, doing it. I was like, wow, this is. I even bought like a vlogging camera. I wanted to kind of vlog and never really, it didn't get that push until this. I was like, shoot, I'm doing this. And I do the 5 episodes and I end up winning it.
That's
So take the
so
whole family.
sick. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Take, yeah, I get that platinum pass in the mail, and Poker Stars did a really good job at putting that
That's
together, and
wild.
and and end up taking the whole family down there to the Bahamas. That was 2019, I think, right at the beginning of it. And little did I know, just like in life, you make these connections along the way. And when I was busted in level 6 of that and busted out of that tournament, I thought that was my one shot. And little did I know that, people are watching this content and the right eyes are seeing it. And eventually it turned into getting a DM about 3.5 years ago on Twitter from my boss now about time creating content.
That's
Um,
incredible.
we're not really looking for somebody in front of the camera, but more the editing and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of what changed my life, really. And I've kind of living a dream job, merging video and creativity with poker
Poker, yeah.
for the last like 3.5 years. So,
That's
um,
absolutely incredible, man. That's such a serendipitous story. I really love it, man. I like hearing like I've been talking to a lot of people in these interviews, and like it's funny when you hear like their first poker stories. They're all playing with nickels and quarters, whether it's in college or whether in high school, playing with their buddies in a garage, and it's kind of cool hearing how your stories translate to where you are right now. And super cool, man. Like how you end up getting into the vlogging. I mean, like you said, you weren't originally doing it, or wasn't really your forte, and then you started doing it, and then boom, someone calls and is like, "Hey, we want you." Super cool, man. And have you worked with? Who have you worked with in the past? Is it just this company? Is it so your boss right now? Are they with WPT specifically? Or are they with Club WPT? Like,
uh,
how does that? Who do you specifically report to in that
um,
regard?
yeah. Have you heard of Serious or
Yeah, yeah,
Seriously Serious?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's my boss.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, he's like the godfather of poker content. I know I've seen his
Keeling,
YouTube
right?
channel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he was making this stuff like long before kind of he do those rap videos and different things.
He did
Yeah,
a
so
lot of he did a lot of good stuff for Pulp too.
yeah, and he still does, and yeah, he kind of grew him and Jamie, kind of grew Polk, from I think zero subs, to where he's at. But yeah, so it was WPT Global, and then we've kind of merged over to yeah, Club WPT Gold with the with now playing in the States with the sweepstakes model,
Right,
which is which now is cool to market, to people that I can go to the local casino, and this is our audience right there,
right, right.
um, where I really believe in WPT, Club WPT Gold. I mean, I believe in them. I see that they care about, security and things,
Yeah,
and the sweepstakes model. There's some pros and cons, but
yeah.
it's all we really have to work with in states like Indiana and
Mm-hmm.
46 of the 50 states you can play in, and and it's funny. They're real strict. If you work for them, you can't play on there. So I can play for the gold coins, but I can't play with the sweeps coins. So I'm
Gotcha.
like, I joke, I'm the only one.
Who
I'm
can't
like
get a
the only one in
passport?
Indiana. Yeah, I'm like the only one in Indiana that can't log on there and play on the soft, fun site. Um, but um, but yeah, working there. I mean, yeah, it's been. I can tell you about one of the coolest things I did. Um, we had we had an idea to come up with these kind of the old ESPN commercials where the mascots and stuff are working, where the athletes are working with the the actual employees, all in like a corporate office. Have you seen some of those
Yeah,
where,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
Like ESPN's got
yeah,
a few with like I can think of, for some reason, I can think of like the water cooler with like Stuart Scott and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There's one with one of the devil mascots going up or
right.
down in the elevator.
Yeah,
He's like, "Oh, I'm going down,"
I'm going up. Yeah,
That, yeah, yeah. It's the real dry humor stuff. So
yeah,
anyway, I mean, the boss and the team's like, hey, let's come up with some ideas poker wise. And I'm like, man, that's like a dream to me. Like, all right, I'm good at like recreating other stuff that's been done. And anyway, I had the one with where Ivy's on the phone and I'm working with him, and I'm like, my idea was like, hey, I don't know what you're getting into this weekend, but I'm having my monthly home game. The stakes are a little smaller, but it's kind of that weird camaraderie between just the average Joe like me and
yeah,
then like the superstar poker player.
right.
But he's working. We're all working together, and that's when I mentioned my wife's making these nachos. I don't know if you saw the ad, but then he paused on the phone. He's like, "Did you say nachos?" Um, so I came up with that one. So then the team was like, "Hey, why don't you be that person?" And I'm like, "Really? You want me to be on camera and do this?" So that was cool. We're all right. Yeah, Beachy, California. She loves the dry humor.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
I know.
love it.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, so we're on this like on the outskirts of Vegas somewhere. They rented some, cubicle looking office building, and I remember we're all ready. We've already shot a few of these skits, and then it's like Ivy rolls up in his like black SUV with his bodyguard, and I just remember everybody in there was like, Ivy just came in. Oh, he just came in. Oh, he's here. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do this day or the next day. And then the director on the set was like, "Hey, I think we're going to do the nachos. Get ready." So I'm like in the side room. They even had a makeup area. The lady's
That's
like
great.
making sure my face isn't shiny or something, and I'm in the side room with this like sport coat that I packed along, to use it maybe. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, and so I'm practicing and stuff. But I mean, just walking up to Phil, and I still have the raw footage and stuff, and there's a couple spots where he was like, he was just genuinely looking at me like, yeah, you're pretty good at this, and I was like, that just kind of, it was one of those things. After doing that, only like 6 months into the job, I was kind of thinking, what's ever going to top this moment?
Right, right.
So so that was like bucket list, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then the only other thing I could think that could top it was I was doing a Doyle documentary that's been kind of in the talks and stuff, but I'm not exactly sure if that's gonna like ever see the light of day. It's pretty much done, but there's just some like legal hoops and things to go through and getting permission with some footage and things like this. And so we'll see if they release that. But they've talked about maybe for his October 2nd, his next that's his the Doyle Day, 10/10/2. Because they did a teaser last year on his Twitter handle. It's showing a little bit of the clips, but I think it turned out pretty good. So I got to really be kind of lead on that. So
That's
that
incredible,
was
man.
that took a lot of time. So I hope that sees hope
Yeah.
that gets published.
Yeah, that would
Um,
be awesome. And do they have a potential release date, or is there anything on that? Have they said anything?
well, they talked about on his day, like this coming October 2nd. Um, but yeah, I mean we still have to
Still,
there's some footage and things we got to get permission from and,
right.
and and things like that, and some details from like the higher up has to iron out. But
A
I
little
mean
bit of
at
red
this
tape.
point I'd love for it to be like on the gold is like Netflix or like
Right.
Prime is kind of number two or something. But even if it's just on YouTube, I mean, at this point, I
Right.
just want to see it get out there.
Yeah, there's been some really, really
Um,
good poker documentaries that I've seen over the last, like, let's say maybe 3 years. The Mike Mattisau one just recently came out, really, really captivating. There was a WPT one. It was like the ultimate stack. It was really good. Or maybe that was the WSOP one. The WSOP and WPT did one similar where they like went through the journey.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
were,
Mike Bailey.
yeah,
Yeah, that was his idea to follow somebody's stack. I thought that was interesting. You're following
Yeah.
the chips. So speaking of stories and people,
Right.
like it's a real interesting concept where you
Yeah.
start with one person and as they bust, you follow, so you don't know who you're following next. Hopefully they're
Right.
like cool and willing to be on camera,
Right.
but that's kind of a really cool concept that could like turn into a series or something.
I
I
agree
think,
so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
the, it, yeah, it was funny. Um, the first guy, Patrick,
What's his name?
Patrick, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Rings
anyway,
a
we
bell.
were kind of hoping he'd bust sooner, but he ended up making like into the money. So we were following him for longer than what we thought. But
Hopefully he's not listening to
yeah.
this. No shade on you, man.
Oh no, no.
uh,
Yeah.
so real,
Oh
real
yeah, Patrick Harvey. Yeah, Patrick
Patrick
Harvey. He
Harvey.
works with Doug Polk and
Yeah,
their crew.
that's cool.
But yeah, it was cool to see him cash too because he won that with like a scavenger hunt. So
Yeah,
yeah, like speaking of the things that we're doing, it's like I mean, you can see they're just throwing around money like it's candy, um, like
yeah,
these gold rush tickets that,
for sure.
which is kind of a different concept where I know it could seem kind of confusing or why they choose this route to for somebody to win one of these 11 like main event or major events in Vegas. If you don't have a gold rush ticket and you win, we wanted them to kind of have the FOMO,
Right.
kind of like if you're chip leading one of these events and it's down to a couple tables and first place pays like 300,000, getting a gold rush ticket on a free roll on Club Gold would be worth $1 million. Like it's just kind of,
Right.
it's kind of a genius idea,
It really is.
I think.
You have
Um,
a piece that you did on this actually, where the guy wins the tournament. He wins like 250,000. They're like, "Do you have a Gold Rush ticket?" And you're like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Yeah, you could. If you have a Gold Rush ticket, it's worth another $1 million." And then he went from like super excited to like devastated. That was good.
yeah, yeah. I'm like after party, Old Red, we're gonna party,
Yeah.
and then at the end, I'm like, oh yeah, after party, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um, but yeah, I think I know I would be bummed if I,
right.
it's
That's funny.
um, yeah.
So,
So
real quick, I want to do just a little maintenance here with the chat. I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Rage Quit Gamer, Grey Wolf, Razmaster, Richmond, Salem Witch, EMD. That is, you played with him at the 5 milli free roll. You actually had him on camera at the final table. He's the recent Club WPT ambassador, Josh Ginden. He was when you saw us on the wild rail that we had. He was the guy.
oh
We were
yeah, I
watching.
remember him.
Yeah, he pulled the 100K
Yeah,
bounty.
yeah.
You actually played with him on day one. He said.
Okay. Well, I forget what his occupation is. I
He
think he
is
told me.
EMD, emergency room lead doctor. He's just
Oh yeah, that's cool,
he's an
man.
awesome
Dang, he needs to.
guy.
You need to interview him next.
I actually have.
Um.
He
Oh,
was
you have?
yeah,
Okay.
he was one of the ambassadors I have brought on here. I've had him, Nikki Limo. I had Kathy Lieber. I had I don't know. Do you know who the LA Poker Roundup is? Ty Dobberton and Derek Kwan. They have a podcast that
No, I
brought
don't
them
think
on.
so.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
he's awesome.
Uh, yeah. So he's working with a, a club
Club
or W.
WPT. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
All
then
right.
we got Beachy's in the chat. Really appreciate you being here. Richmond. I really appreciate everybody being here. It means a lot to me. ASG, Meta John, Flyfish, Iraq Vet. I have pinned in the chat, guys. If you guys can do me a huge favor, do Matt a huge favor. I have his links to his Twitter, to his Instagram, to his YouTube channel. It'll be scrolling throughout the interview. But I also have it pinned up to the top. Please, guys, it's free to follow. Hit the follow, like his videos. He would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. It's free to do so. He's got incredible content. We're going to show some of your content. We're going to close out the show with one of my favorites. It gets me super hype. Gets me super pumped. I got a funny one that we're gonna bring up here pretty soon. Um, and let me just I have a couple questions in the chat. And then one question is, I remember when the trial launch came out, Canada was able to play. I have a player saying here in the chat, Razmaster, saying we can't play in Canada, wondering what the hold is. Is there a possibility, do you know offhand? And I realize some of these questions that may come up, you can't answer, you may not have the answer, but any insight you have would be great. Is that something
Yeah.
that's coming or not
Uh,
sure?
yeah, I know it's coming, but yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what the holdup is on that. Um, yeah, like, and you could maybe play on WPT Global. I know certain spots in Canada, most spots I think you can play
I think so.
on global,
I, I
but
think
yeah, I do know that
Toronto
club.
doesn't allow. There's only one province that
Okay,
doesn't allow, but I think you're right. Everywhere else, I think you can.
but I know Club WPT Gold originally mentioned U.S. and Canada,
Mm-hmm.
so I imagine it's just coming, kind of like everything else. I don't know what the holdup is. I know they finally got the multi-table recently. I think PLO's coming eventually, but so far. I don't know all the numbers and things, but I know it's been a pretty good success so far. I mean, for just launching in January
Right.
to June, I think we've passed up some of the competition, and it just goes to show that I think there's a need for a software that you can trust and that you can go to and actually get responses from customer service and just people that know about security and that really truly care.
Absolutely.
That they want it to be a fun, safe place to play, and they're always coming up with new ideas to try to make it, more fun. Because I think that's kind of what poker needs is, instead of these robots looking at charts and just a place that everybody feels welcome and you can just kind of splash around, have some fun, maybe make a little bit of money,
Right.
maybe lose a little bit. Um, but
Right.
I know that's why some of these new kind of games like Squid Game and things,
Yeah.
people are doing live because like businessmen and stuff, they
They just
want to
want
be
action.
entertained and
Yeah.
yeah, and one action,
Yeah.
yeah, and feel like the playing field's a little bit more
Level.
level,
Right.
you know. But anyway, this other question's pretty good. I think it's from the same guy about
Yep.
that hit the that pulled the 100K
100K.
bounty.
Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, I could speak on this real quick
Yeah.
about
Go for it.
how much time I focused on playing poker.
It's a good question.
One cool thing that came up with this opportunity, because I'm working in the poker industry, a lot of people play poker, so it's almost like going out to play events and stuff is kind of you know not really frowned upon at work, and it's kind of one of those unlimited vacation, as long as you get your stuff done. But a sad story. I recently lost both my parents, like
Oh
at
man,
62,
that's
and
horrible.
the worst part about that it was from the Camp Lejeune, like water contamination
Oh,
that he served like in the Marine Corps,
sorry to hear
and
that, man.
so but because of that, it was the first time where I saw how short life is, and I did always have a dream of playing in the main event. Even though they're the competitor and stuff, it's just the main event is something you always dream of playing in. So 2 years ago, I sold action to my buddies and I put down a $10,000 to play in this tournament. Like, what am I doing here? And you can check out my vlog. I haven't really posted much lately, but I posted like one per day, and I mean, I was just focused. I was like, it was almost like it was destined to happen, a deep run. I just felt like it was gonna happen, and I was four betting these pros, and I was just like locked in, and I made it to day six.
I
Day
was just
six,
gonna
I'm
say,
sitting there.
you know what? Let me pull up
Yeah,
your hand in mob on here, and we can go ahead and jump into that. Yeah, that's your biggest
yeah,
cash. That's your biggest cash.
yeah. So I'm sitting there. I got busted early day six. Sixes against ace five, so I was ahead. Um, anyway, I wouldn't have done that. I don't think if my parents passed, I wouldn't have done that, or I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't working in the poker industry, because they let me take off those days and things, and that was really cool. So now I have this little bankroll that I really treat it like a business. I keep it separate, and I still just play a lot of just small stakes, mostly 1-3, some PLO, and some tournaments here and there. But but yeah, I like to play and I want to keep playing because I really do have fun. And but the most fun I think I have is just having home games in my basement.
Right, right.
Like maybe about four times a year. I'll have buddies over,
That's
and
awesome.
that's helped me kind of create some of this content
That's
where
cool.
I've gotten the opportunity to be in front of the camera, which I really enjoy. Because I do like to kind of pretend to be different people and stuff,
Right, 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 right.
but yeah, and I think the small stakes cash in the home games I think is a wide audience for people. That's the majority of people I
Absolutely.
think that can relate to this content, and then
Absolutely.
you can play 1-3 and just take out your phone and like maybe just get ideas at the table,
Yeah.
or you're playing a home game. And I remember I had a couple of them where I'm stuck in my basement, $600 playing 25 cent. And
Right.
somebody looks at their yeah, somebody looks at their watch and they're like, well, it's
It's
been about
like,
2 hours. I'm
I,
gonna have to get going. And then
yeah.
everybody is like, yeah, and they're all up just piles,
There's, and
And
there's
I'm like,
one
I
guy
got
at the
the
table like, let's keep playing, let's keep playing. He's
yeah,
stuck.
yeah, and I got the voiceover kind of going in my head, like, come on, oh no, he's looking at his watch. Oh no, and anyway, I like coming up with those ideas. I think people can relate, and then I'll see how many times people share them and things, and they're on Instagram. And I'm new to kind of the social media,
For sure.
but it's cool because you're like, oh, this was me, this was me. I put together a couple poker in the movies versus real
Oh,
life,
that was
kind of some
good.
skits.
That was good.
Yeah, yeah, I got,
Like the rounder
uh,
and the rounders one.
yeah, yeah. That's
People,
that's kind of how first got found.
yeah.
If I rewind by doing vlogs and stuff, I saw Kevin James. If you see him, he's got a YouTube channel. He hasn't done stuff lately, but it was where he was like the boom mic guy, and they'd put him in movies like with a green screen. I got that idea, and I was like, I'm going to do that with poker, and that's when I did like the Wolf of Wall Street and the Rounders, and
That was good.
all those. Um, and that was kind of my niche. People are like, wow, this is, and I would adjust the lighting and color to try to match in the movie, and just take real scenes, like no AI or anything, just
That's
these real
crazy.
conversations. Yeah, so I just based on what they say, you know, I remember Phil Hellmuth retweeted the one I did a Six Sense, where I'm on the phone, and I'm watching Phil Hellmuth when he kept winning those heads up matches, that white, what do you call it, the white
White magic.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the boy's on the bed. He wants to tell me his secret that he sees dead people, and just the playing with the words he says. I kind
It's
of
like you're having the
started my own
conversation
storyline. Yeah,
with.
yeah, and I go, he just wins. He wins, and then he's like, all the time, like he sees the dead people. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
anyway,
cool.
that's kind of how I think yeah, Thomas found me, and
That's
I just
awesome.
hope to stay in this industry and keep making stuff.
You're doing great,
Um,
man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I really love what you're doing. PMAR South is in the chat. Thank you for coming in. First time chatter. Says Canada in a couple months. 14 million guaranteed festival running right now. WPT 500. Day one flights running at the moment. Day two is this Sunday with 600K guaranteed. I definitely am gonna jump in on a lot of that. What's going on and on that side of things. And if you haven't done so already, PMAR, if you can, hit the follow. Appreciate it if you can. But welcome in. So let me ask you this. I want to step away from poker for just a second, and I want to come right back. We'll come right back. Where are you from? You mentioned you're in Indiana. You married? You got kids?
yeah, originally from Goshen, Indiana, up near Elkhart and South Bend, kind of northern Indiana. Man, just kind of grew up. Yeah, just kind of almost sheltered, really. I went to college at Ball State in Muncie, and it was like I remember having high speed internet and cable, and I was just like, I never even went to a party, like in high school. So it was just kind of like boom. I went crazy in college, but luckily I met my wife, kind of knew of her. and then we reconnected through MySpace.
Oh
Actually,
wow.
shows like my age. Yeah, and then we were on our honeymoon in Florida. We're sitting on the beach talking about how we want to wait maybe about a year to have kids, and little did we know, she was pregnant, and um, kind of jumped right into it, and two girls, 2 girls and a boy,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, they're 15, 13, and then I got a son, 9. So they're home for the summer. So
That's
I've been
awesome.
working from home,
That's cool.
married 16 years. So
That's
um,
awesome, man. Very
and
like
and yeah, so I try to, yeah, with some of the content I think it could be relatable to like kind of the family man, the dad, kind of a little bit more
I like that.
conservative than some of the other people, and
I like it.
and with the kids, even in poker you don't really see a lot of people with kids. Like I think it's almost, if you're serious, it's hard to do both,
It is. It is.
um
Yeah, I'm very similar to you. I've been married 20 years now, and I have 3 kids also, all boys. My oldest is 13, my middle one is 11, and my youngest is 8. So kind of right in your wheelhouse.
oh yeah. And where are you at?
Uh, I'm
Are you in
originally
Vegas or?
I'm originally from Southern California, but I live in Arizona now. And I pretty much spend most of my live poker here in Arizona and Vegas. I try to get back to California as much as I can, but or I try. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here in Arizona. I try to get back to California as much as I can, and I play in Vegas at least a couple times a year usually. I pretty much the WPT festival in December. I pretty much never miss that. I actually haven't. I've been to all 3 of them. I'm gonna be at the next one. I already have I won my seat on Club WPT Gold to the Prime. Last year I won the Prime seat and the main seat. Cashed the Prime, Brick City in the main, unfortunately. But yeah, even if I wasn't playing, I couldn't play. That festival is absolutely incredible. With what the WPT does and what the Win does, it's just like honestly a match made in heaven for a poker series. Um, Good question here in the chat. Is there any,
Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
and this actually leads into something that I want to talk about as a whole, about like the marketing and stuff. But is there any intentions to do anything with Club WPT Gold for that series or that festival in December? Do you know offhand? And we're a little ways out, and but just
Oh man,
curious.
I would say, I
Probably
don't know exactly what they're doing, but I would say 100%. They're gonna do something,
something.
and it's probably gonna be bigger than last year, which is hard to imagine.
I know,
I mean,
right?
that's what I would guess. And I mean, yeah, $5 million free
Free roll.
roll and the McLaren um, and all that. Yeah, it's hard to imagine to beat that really. But
Right.
I mean, it was like a $5 million promotion too to launch this new site. So I don't know, maybe they won't do something quite as big, but
Right.
I mean, the thing over the summer right now is they could be giving away up to 11 million. Um, I mean, we know it won't be that high. If all these people would have a Gold Rush ticket that won these events,
It'd be
but
really
if
improbable to pay
uh,
all 11, right?
yeah, but anyway, there's only 1,000 of these Gold Rush tickets, and that's a $1 million free roll online on the site.
Right.
And I think if nobody wins any of those, I think they're just going to put another million in it. So I mean, those
That's crazy.
already have
That's
base
awesome.
basically, and it's kind of cool. They have the exclusive numbers. I mean, a limited number, kind of like the 5 million
Right,
guarantee.
right, right, right.
I forget what was there 2,000 of those, I think, or
Yeah, I
25
think so. Yeah, I think
2,500.
and like only like
I forget, but
1,600 showed up, right? Of the
yeah.
people.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah, and I got to
crazy.
play in it. I got to play in it. I was hoping only like the final table would show up.
What was
um,
really cool for you is you got to play both sides of that. You were at the table, and then you got to be behind the camera. So you got to
yeah,
you
yeah,
that's got to be a pretty unique experience. I know the WSOP making day 6, 67,000 in cash live, your best earning, and that's super special. And I don't think anything
yeah,
will replace or change that feeling. But I think that 5 million free roll. First of all, I mean, like you said, I had never seen anything like this before. A $5 million free roll. And then you got to be like a player and a producer for the for the event. How was that?
Yeah, that was, and I got lucky too. I was with, WPT Global, like technically at the time, so I got to play in it old at the moment. Um, they didn't get to play in it like people like Jamie and things.
Oh
So
man,
I got the whole swag bag and everything. I'm wearing my
right. I got my
gold here.
hat from
But
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I had but yeah, I was at the table with him and yeah, I picked up aces against kings, I think twice. Like I
Oh, that's
played those
nice.
really well. All right.
Rule number
um,
one: get aces versus kings and just hold. Easy game.
yeah,
Easy game.
yeah. And then and then I got a couple pay jumps. I got 1,400 on that. So I mean, shoot, that's 1,400 to start off my week in Vegas. That was awesome. And then I played some like 2-5 at the Win, won a little bit.
That's nice.
But uh, but yeah, when I'm in Vegas, it's hard because you want to see the town too. I have some buddies, they're in a dark poker room, 24/7. And I'm just like, I need to get the sun and get out there, go for a walk,
Right.
like I don't even, I feel like I don't even play as much poker and I'm there, working
Right.
and connecting with people and things.
Right.
But yeah, it's such a cool city. I don't want to be just trapped in a casino,
Right.
a lot of times. Like I went to the Sphere and stuff. Um, anyway, yeah, like some things that this job I never thought would happen. Yeah, I've been to Montreal, and the I went on the cruise last year, so like I was playing in a
That was
tournament
fun.
there, looking out one of those circle windows and
Oh,
seeing
right.
the ocean. It was
That
like a
is
weird
great.
feeling, like the poker table's kind of rocking, and
Yeah.
um, I did pretty well in cash. Nothing with tournaments. I should have just stuck within the cash tables. I always hear those are good on cruises.
Right.
You know, you
Josh,
can't go anywhere. It's like, yeah,
you're right, you're right. So, and everybody's drinking. It's 3 in the morning. People are tired beyond belief. But Josh, almost final table that main. He busted
wow,
11th. Dan Sepio busted him 11th on the voyage, the WPT voyage main event. He's been on a heater. He's been
wow,
killing it. All the events he plays, he just wins.
jeez,
He just wins.
yeah.
That's why
Are
he
you
made the
are
finals.
you
And
are
he's
you
just an
going?
absolute crusher. What's that?
Um, are you going to Vegas at all this summer?
I am hopeful. I just recently had a situation that probably makes it a little more difficult. I had a health scare here in the family, but it's probably already a little tough this summer. But I went last year. I went a couple years ago. Before that, I've been trying not to miss it, but yeah, we'll see. I'm hopeful. And now get me one of them Gold Rush tickets, and I'm gonna find my way out there. Damn it! I have no
Yeah.
choice. I'll sell 95% of my action if I got to play this tournament.
I was gonna
uh,
say, I'm going out there June 13th to the
okay.
17th, and I know the home base for anybody listening is like the third floor of that Old Red,
Oh,
that
okay.
country bar right outside the Horseshoe. That's kind of like our home base, and I think yeah, Thursday through Sunday from like 5 to 9 p.m. Is kind of a lot of the ambassadors and people hanging
That's
out up
awesome.
there. I
Like a
think
meet and
think if
greet.
you have an account, yeah, you can get like half off the food if you have an account,
That's awesome.
and that's where they're just kind of passing out those Gold Rush tickets like candy, just
Right.
playing different silly games and things. But I know on the free roll, I know on the site they have the daily free rolls. Have you played any of those?
Yeah, I
Like,
got really, really close. I got 19th. They paid top eight. I was like, oh,
oh
so
man,
close.
dang,
But it is what it is. I played.
yeah,
I got like 80th and 19th. Those are my two closest runs. Um, but yeah, you know what? Real quick, I want to get into that, but I have a question because I want to go back to the 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 marketing. What you guys are doing right now is something that I have never ever seen, and you actually even put out a short about this in a sense. So I'm curious, like anything that you want to say on this topic, but you guys are like cross promoting. from WPT, WSOP, and I've never seen anything like that. You guys are a licensed partner or affiliate with the WPT, and you have your platform. I know you guys got your Run Good Poker Series that you guys do on the weekends, ring events, and then I saw the WSOP $11 million Gold Rush ticket marketing thing, and I'm like, wow, this is. I've never seen anything like this. And then you're doing stuff for the WPT as well. You got a WPT online $14 million free roll, or not free roll, but a $14 million Gold Rush Festival. It's the Mike Sexton. There's a main event. You can get your name on the Mike Sexton Cup. This blows my mind. I've never heard of anything like this. Honestly, I can't think of in any industry. Can you shed some light? Like, what the heck is going on, Matt?
Well, as far I know, there's a lot
It's
there.
incredible.
So you mean like kind of
The crowd,
the weird, like the cross promoting, like
like
where we're kind of competing with WSOP and kind of
right,
things.
right,
Well, I do know, like in anything, competition is good. You know, it kind
absolutely,
of keeps prices low, keeps things even. I do know there's been like a little bit of a battle with WSOP and WPT, like
right.
kind of with I don't know like who threw the first stone or whatever, but I know like where we have like like I like I wish people could just kind of get along and you pass out the months of the year and people take what month they get.
Right,
Like you got Triton taking this month and
right.
anyway, so we did the December where the December is like that's the new World
Right.
Championship. The place to be in December is the win. And then WSOP, last second they go.
The
We're gonna have
paradise.
the Bahamas, yeah. So I do know it's always been this rivalry, and
Absolutely.
I know our channel is kind of off the rails, kind of disrupting, and all the posts are crazy. Like not
They're good.
yeah, it's not yeah,
They're
it's
mostly
not all yeah. It's like I'm more in like the clean comedy and stuff, but I know it's what people like and things, and it's kind of something for everybody. But what am I getting at here? Um,
the cross
the
promotions and with WSOP,
yeah. So I
WPT.
do know the deal with um, the the rivalry is beautiful. He says that's good. The yeah. So we do like to if we do see things that are goofy, we do like to kind of make fun of it. I know I know a lot of buddies too with chat groups, and I know the dealers out there and stuff where like there's some videos of people shuffling these cards that look like they never shuffled cards before, and I know you don't see that at the
Right.
win. Um, so so we'll like poke fun at anything, the $15 hot dogs and the just the things that aren't going well. But the idea was to have this FOMO where people are out there playing,
Right.
in the WSOP, but then we're seeing people on the streets trying to get their gold rush ticket.
Right.
It's like kind of stealing their show a little bit, and I don't know. I think it is kind of hilarious that if you win one of these, every day you look at this bracelet and you think, man, I'm kind of like I could have had an extra $1 million,
$1 million. Right.
which was like the whole prize pool or something.
Right.
Like I could have had an
Yeah.
extra million if I would have got one of these. If I would have just got one of these paper Gold Rush tickets from Ole Red or something,
Right.
or if I would have won a free roll. So I don't know. I think it is kind of funny. It's like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to like
The FOMO was real
make a
for
fun of
me.
anybody winning,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah.
The FOMO was real for me too. I mean, even for the WPT, like I was like, man, I want one of these tickets. Everybody's filming every time they reach into the bin, and when for the people who were live, there was Salem. I don't know if you know Josh, who we were talking about, how you play with him. I don't know if you know how he won his seat there, but Tony Dunst did a giveaway on Twitter. Tony loves to sports, and he did like a whole like a weekend of football. I think it was. They had to pick your games, spreads or
Oh, I think
whatever.
I remember that.
And him and
And
uh, oh, Tyler Patterson, they chopped it, and then they eventually just both got one. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, it was picking the lines of the football
Yeah.
and he won the most.
Yeah.
He chopped it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they both got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
think it's fun. I saw one. I mean, they're giving away these all kind of creative ways. I just saw they posted a video like a scavenger hunt, them hiding it in like the WSOP signage. Did you see
Oh
that
wow.
on
No, I
Instagram?
haven't. That's
Anyway,
interesting.
they took a Gold Rush ticket, yeah, and they just put it in like the signage, made it public, and it took somebody 3 minutes to get down there, and then they recorded it. So if whoever saw it first, yeah, I think that was funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Whoever saw it first, it took 3 minutes from the run. Somebody's running down there to like the P in WSOP, and took the Gold Rush ticket, and then they posted that video. I thought that was pretty clever. I know with the ones in December, the 5 million. I forget what those are called. I feel like we use gold and everything.
They were
Those
golden passports. The golden passports or gold passports.
Yeah, the golden pass. Yeah, I know. We did some stuff like we randomly said whoever comes to like some random city like Oklahoma City, we're at the main square by the post office or something. We have a Gold Rush ticket, or we have a ticket, passport.
I would have flown. I would have flown.
Yeah,
If I saw
yeah.
that.
So it's pretty good, I guess. If we're if I guess we're marketing it pretty well. If people are just wanting one of these so bad,
Yeah.
and I know with this one it was real confusing because we can't say, for some reason, we can't even say bracelet. So we did a funny ad where we were bleeping out all these words. Like we can't say WSOP, we can't say bracelet. We just got to say Major Vegas Summer Series. Like we couldn't even say shootout. One of the events was the shootout. We couldn't even say shootout. So it is kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
but
great. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I think you're doing a great job. I want to just pan through here in the chat. PMAR South says there's going to be starts to pay top 16 from this Sunday for the Gold Rush tickets. This Sunday they'll start instead of paying top 8, they'll pay top 16. And let's see, we got ASG in the chat. Appreciate you. Let me see. Hopefully, I didn't miss any questions. Salem, would you link up? Josh says he would love to link up with you. He's the Club WPT ambassador. What's next for Matt Kiefer? That is one of my questions. Mainly focused on Club WPT Gold for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna let you sit on that question because I want to show one of your shorts here in a second once we finish this. But that is one of my questions I do want to ask you. And then Smitty PLO, thank you for coming in the chat, first time chatter. Can you ask him when the dev team is going to fix the software? I'm gonna filter. I'm gonna filter this question. You don't have to answer that. I know. Look, every site's gonna have some issues, and I know that. You're not the one building the program in that sense. So we'll just move on from that. And then
yeah.
So what I want to share is one of my favorite shorts that you did. One of my favorite shorts that you did was, and what I liked about it was because it was kind of cool. There's a 3-part series now. But I think this was the second one that I actually saw first, or maybe it was the first one. But I think the first one was the Giannis interview parody, and then the second one was the Allen Iverson. I'm gonna show the Allen Iverson one. I got that queued up. Guys, check this out. If you guys haven't seen this one's funny. He's got tons of funny content out there. I'm gonna close out with my favorite one, but when we end the show. But we're not quite there. We're wrapping up soon. But let's go ahead and show this real quick. You guys are going to love this. Here it is, bottom right corner. And let's play it.
Terrible session. I mean, what are you going to do to turn this around for next session?
Yeah, it was a bad session. We're really talking about a session right now. We're talking about one poker session. We're not talking about a final table. We're not talking about some high-stakes game. We're not talking about a tournament. We're talking about a session. One session. That's what we're talking about.
Talking session.
I mean, I'm the guy, man.
I'm the guy.
I'm the man. I'm the poker man. And we're here sitting around this table talking about a session. We're not even talking about a tournament or final table. We're talking about a session. Just one poker session. That's why we're here. Right now. You're asking me questions about a session. A 3-hour poker session.
Oh my God, it's classic, dude. I love that. It's one of my favorites. We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We're talking about practice. And the Giannis one was good. I didn't realize it when I first watched it, but I'm pretty sure when I watched it back the second time, it was from the Giannis interview, right? The first interview where he's like,
yeah. Where I didn't really
you
mean
had a
it
bad
to
day,
be from.
or something like
Yeah. I basically kind of stole what he was saying. He was like, it's not about. I forget exactly, but it's
he
not
said
about.
something about like, oh, if Phil Ivey had a bad day, would you say this or something like that? And he references something like that in his. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. There's a 3-part series. Make sure, like I said, I have his Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter channels popped up at the top of the channel or up at the top of the chat. Please make sure you guys are following him. I would appreciate it. I'll put it here in the chat again. And it is free to follow and subscribe. You guys, I promise you guys won't be disappointed. So you got
this and a lot of it's on just the Club Gold TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.
True.
And then they tag me in some of those too, but yeah, most of it just follow those too, and for updates and giveaways and all that. I do see somebody in here even responded to some of those questions. Maybe this guy he works for the dev team or something.
PMAR South, are you part of the Club WPT Gold team? Appreciate you coming in and helping out. I see he's been diving into some of these questions in the chat. I really appreciate you being here, PMAR.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I do know. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, from the beginning, like we're pretty upfront. You know, it's pretty clunky and it still needs a lot of work. But we're definitely open to all the feedback, and we are constantly getting it, and they're hard at work. Trying to make it better and better. And I just hope each month it gets better and better. And I think most important is just have like a soft field. I know I'd rather play with bad players than on like a real slick site, with tough players. Right. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep getting improvements and kind of like the multi-table. At first, it might be one of those things like multi-table brings in more pros too. So maybe we don't even want a multi-table, But yeah, I know they're constantly we're not gonna go anywhere. So we're gonna try to keep improving everything.
I'll say this. To me, like, I'd say this, like, forget just poker, but I mean anything. Like, to me, it's not just about, like, if you have problems. Like, you're going to have problems. Nobody's perfect. And I'd be hard pressed to think if anybody actually believed day one when you launch a site like this that day one is just going to be absolutely perfect. But what's more important to me is how you respond to those problems. You guys have been having issues. You resolve them. Hey, in some cases, you've even compensated back players for like weird situations. I think you guys are doing a great job on fixing the things that you can, having an accelerated turn time on some of this stuff, and obviously, we love everything that we play on just to be perfect, and that's just not the real world that we live in. So to me, the response is really more important. If we were getting stonewalled, that would be more of a problem to me. But yeah, I hope to see what's more to come. And he's saying that PLO is going to be coming. Potentially Canada's coming soon, which only going to grow the field even more. So you guys are doing a great job. You had the $5 million free roll at WPT last year. You have $11 million in potential giveaways, which PMAR says if that doesn't, to add what you were saying, if they don't give away any, there's going to give away $2 million somewhere else. So you guys are heart set on giving away some money. And then you got the $14 million Gold Rush Festival linked with the WPT. And I mean, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I'm really, really impressed. I've generally stayed away from online poker for a long time. I've played on the subscription and sweepstakes model sites just because I feel like there's just a little less risk, to be frank. But all in all, I think you guys are killing it. And with that, I mean, do you have any future projects coming up? Let's go back to Salem's question. Do you have any future projects personally or with the gold that you can share that you would love to share? Love to hear about it. And then we'll wrap here pretty soon. And then I want to show my closeout video that my favorite video that you see. It gets me super hyped. It's the Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, I thought that might be it. Yeah. As far as in the future, I mean, Club WPT Gold. I mean, I love my job. I mean, it really feels like, how some jobs you have like the Sunday scaries, it's like, oh, Monday's coming,
I know,
back
right?
to the grind. My weekend was too short. I mean, now it's like, when is Monday coming? Or you're constantly looking at content and thinking, how could this be applied to poker? How could you put a poker spin on it? Just like watching, I was watching like a post-game interview, and as far as I know, that's like the first time anybody put a poker spin on it.
Right.
But it's like, wouldn't that be funny if you're leaving especially if you lose and you're leaving a 1-3 session and you got to go report to these guys in a conference room. And I used AI. I took the real kind of interview voices and used the like 11 Labs and AI and had them say these questions like, walk me through the pocket queen's hand, about mid session. I thought you kind of overplayed that kind of, and then I'm like, I raised and I didn't know he flopped a set and I lost my money, or something like that. But I just think that it's kind of funny. I just actually came across a video of a, like an interrogation room kind of, you've seen that same angle with like in Datelines and things.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
say like it's bad audio, it's bad video, but say I'm asking you questions like, where were you on June 2nd at 7 between 7 and 9 p.m. Like, I don't know the exact, like maybe somebody in the chat can help us right now and give us an idea, like how could that be pokerized, like to somebody, maybe it's maybe they're saying maybe the guy's responding with, well, the first thing I did is I woke up and I played the daily free roll on Club WPT Gold. I remember doing that, and then like I heard this noise and these gunshots, and I don't know, like I think just kind of putting a spin on, putting a spin on that. I did one where I saw a husband and wife publicly apologizing. And the husband it was this kind of a made up story. I just wanted to publicly apologize to my wife, and the wife's sitting right next to her.
Oh yeah,
and he's he's apologizing about talking back, even when he's right, or he's apologizing, asking what does she want at the store, and she says she doesn't want anything, but I want to apologize for not getting her something anyway, But so I did a poker spin on that, and that was for an ad. Yeah, it kind of took off, and that was for an ad. So that's like when you hit the gold, is if you can do an ad, make it an ad, but still it kind of goes viral. Like that's the hardest part to do, because you either have entertainment or you have ads. Right. But how can you have both? Right. So anyway, awesome, I did one where I told Nikki, I was like, she stays at home, so I'm like, hey, I need you for a video. She's like, oh great, I have to do my hair or something. And then I didn't even tell her what I was going to say because I wanted that natural response. But I just thought that was, pretty funny, where I'm like, yeah, I wasn't at that rock climbing class. I was actually in Walmart parking lot, playing this free roll on Club Gold, trying to win a Gold Rush ticket, for us, not just for me, for us, So anyway, love it. I thought that was pretty funny.
I got another question.
I know I'm talking so much.
No, you're good. I got another question for you. You had this skit where you said, I think of things in Chinese buffets, and you had a few in that kind of scene setting, and I thought that was great. But my question was, do you have a stand-up background? Have you ever done stand-up?
No, but it's something I kind of looked into because yeah, I like the Norm Macdonald and the
Yeah, he's great.
yeah,
Fantastic.
and kind of some of the losing a blank, but yeah, I did some of those shorts where like the one you saw where I put in like a laugh track and things,
Great.
and a couple I was close to doing one of those amateur nights one time, but never did. But I do have kind of a list. I do have some material that I jotted notes over the years of from real life events. One one was I didn't find out till I was about 25. I went to the zoo with my wife and we saw the penguins. And I was like, why are these penguins so small? Like all they had is the miniature penguins. Like Indianapolis couldn't afford like the big penguins. I thought penguins were I really thought penguins were 6 feet tall until I was 25 because when you're in school, they're not next to anything.
You're
They're
right.
next to like icebergs.
Icebergs. Yeah.
Yeah. I really thought they were 6 feet tall. And
That's
I'm in
funny,
this,
man.
I'm seeing them for the first time and they're like these little footballs. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what the heck? Where are their parents at? Why are all these kids running around? But anyway, yeah, that's the kind of humor I like. And they're like, it's real stuff. That's where, I got like 20 stories just like that,
Dude, you're
Um,
absolutely hilarious, man.
but-
I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Um, and I feel like I could talk to you for hours, man. But I know
I know.
you gotta get going, heading out here
Yeah.
soon. You got an open house. Um,
Yeah, it's like right down the road. It's from 5 to 8, so I mean, I guess we could just come towards the end, but I am getting kind of hungry and
no,
stuff.
no, no, you're good. You're good.
Oh yeah.
Let's do
Well, we
this.
could always do a part 2 sometime.
Oh, bring it. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Open door. If you wanna, if like it, honestly, if you have anything big coming up, let me know, and maybe we can do another interview to put a spotlight on what you're doing. I'd be honored to bring you back on for sure. Any closing thoughts, and then I want to close out with an inspirational video for all of you to get out there and get on
Yes.
the felt. This one's gonna light a fire under all of you. I promise you. You guys are gonna love it. If you haven't seen the Wolf of Wall Street parody piece that he's put together, you guys are gonna absolutely love it. Any closing words? Any closing thoughts?
Um, Maybe to go along with that video, I think I'm trying to think of these, because I edit like these videos and the shorts and things. So we're always looking for these gold sound bites. So I'm trying to think. I mean, really, just some inspiration. Anybody, yeah, struggling or anything. I mean, just keep moving. Find what you love. Life is too short to be just clocking in, clocking out. I mean, working for somebody else's dream. I mean, a lot of stuff you've heard this, but kind of do what you love, and
Love what you do.
the money will follow. The money will follow. Just kind of do what you love. Provide and protect your family along the way. But for me, for people like Brad and I mean, just kind of
Love that.
younger, like find your dream job if you're younger, and ask to just follow some of these people. Your dream job is to say, hey, can I follow you? Can I just see what you do? But I don't know. That wasn't very smooth, but I mean, just kind of just
You're
do what you
fine.
love, and
You're
yeah,
great, man.
and
You're great.
it'll kind of work out, and yeah, be content and
Love
live
it.
below your means, because it's not nobody's going to care what kind of car you drive. Nobody's going to, just the only person you got to kind of, work for is yourself, kind of thing. But
Love it.
I don't know. That's kind of, and it might go along with this video. I think it's just
I
kind
think
of
so
funny.
too. Yeah.
In Dallas, everyone cares about what you drive. Like I think that's kind of funny because like I'm 43 and I'm on my third car, and I still have never found anybody to beat that. and I'm driving a '03 Accord. I went from a 2000 Civic to an '03 Accord, and that was a big jump for me.
Right.
So I mean, I could buy something, but I don't know. I like to just I don't know, try to get as much out of a car I can, and the insurance is completely
And
cheap.
cars
But
depreciate.
oh, we got it.
so.
Yeah. It's kind of we got an idea in here. That's
This is a
cool.
good one. ASG's.
Oh, this coffee.
This is good.
Yeah, I love that.
That's
I love
good.
that movie.
This is a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
that is a really
Coffee
good
is
one.
for closers. I like that. I think that could definitely be a thing. I like that. Good idea.
Yeah.
ASG.
Yeah.
So
All right.
So I do want to say thank you, Beachy, Salem, Mojo, ASG, Banana, Flyfish, Killer Bluff, P-Mar South, Pi Boathon, Richmond, anybody else who came in the chat. Really, really appreciate you. P-Mar, thank you for coming in and helping with some of the questions that came in the chat. Really appreciate you. And you guys will see me on Sunday. I will be doing a guest stream with I'll be streaming poker. One of my normal streams. I stream Club WPT with the Stream Team family community. I also a lot of us are playing on Gold, so I'll be playing on there. And then usually when I get knocked out, I usually get on the rail. We'll pull up the tables for the people who are in the chat. Don't miss it. Day 2. $22, 600K guaranteed. Holla at your boy. Who's in it? I am. I bagged a top 10 stack on my flight. I've busted 4 218 seats that I sattied into. I just won my 5th one. There's 15 flights. If I have to, I'm going to play all 15 of these damn flights. I'm sorry, the 100K. I know, my bad. Thank you, PMAR. The $22 100K. I was just thinking about the 600K 218. I got ahead of myself. The 218. Thank you for correcting me. The $22 100K. The 218 600K is the one I busted 4 times. Going for number 5 tomorrow. So hopefully 5th time's the charm. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but yeah. He'll be playing the day 2 of the WPT Prime, Josh, Salem Witch. So we're going to be on the rail for him. We got lots of stuff going on. And I really, really appreciate you, Matt, for doing this. It really means a lot to me. If you can, just stay with me for like 30 seconds after we end the stream. I'd like to just wrap with you.
Oh, yeah.
But, all right, after the video, we're out. Thank you, Matt, for being here. I really, really appreciate you, buddy. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks. I'm glad I ran into you. That's where we got that picture, and you had a whole bag of your glasses and gave me one of them. We were right by the elevators, kind of to the Wynn, and I was like, "Dang, I love your excitement, and it seems like you bleed, WPT." So yeah, thanks for everything you've done, for all that. I mean, you sound like a great ambassador.
I appreciate it. I hope to become an ambassador one day, and when I hear that word linked with my name, it feels really, really good that people consider me in that light. And one day when time is right, I'm still chugging. I'm just scratching the surface, and I'm not going nowhere. I love this game. I'm really passionate about it, and so appreciate your kind words, man.
Awesome. Yeah, and if I don't see you this summer in December,
100% I'll be there.
At the beautiful Wynn.
It is beautiful.
Man, I love that place.
All right, y'all. You guys are gonna love this clip. It's like a little 2-minute clip. If this doesn't get you fired up to play poker, I don't think you should play anymore. Just quit today. This is gonna get you pumped. Let's go. All right, let me make sure the mute is off. All right, here we go.
I love you.
And I love you.
I love you.
I love all of you from the bottom of my heart, and I mean that.
Oh, you got the full version? Oh, yeah.
I got the half version.
Okay, yeah. If you do find this on my
love you
YouTube,
guys.
there is a longer version. Yeah.
It's like 6 minutes. Yeah, I saw it.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
For
But
years,
this
I've
is
been
the
telling
meat
you
of it.
guys to
Yeah.
just keep grinding, keep pushing. If the game's good, to play higher. Take a risk. Just never give up. Because you all deserve it.
Remember, I got that blue jacket at Goodwill.
This trip I'm about to cancel. The Southwest direct flight. the Mirage Pool, the shot at a World Series of Poker bracelet, my dream. I mean, what the heck is that? I'll tell you what it is. It's me. It's me playing it safe. It's me putting it off one more year. It's me giving up is what it is. You know what? I'm still going. I'm still going. I'm still going to Vegas. The show goes on. This is my dream. We're going to need a wrecking ball to cancel my flight. They're going to need a truckloads of Karens to keep me from coming into the Rio.
I love you.
There it is. If that doesn't get you fired up to get out there and get on the felt, get to Vegas, I don't know what's going to do it for y'all. That was incredible. I love it. Your content is top notch. Club WPT Gold's content that they're putting out is top notch. Really appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Hope Club WPT Gold keeps it moving and keeps it growing, because I think they're doing a great job, and really appreciate everybody. Thank you, Matt. You're amazing.